Hello, and welcome to Retirement Ain't Easy. In today's video, I'm going to go over some numbers. That's why I'm dressed all up, just for you. I even wore my kiss tie. So let's get started. So today's retirement video is about my retirement Blastoff. If you've watched videos before, I've talked about how I'm counting down to blasting off for retirement. I'm not officially retired, although I am no longer working as of December 31st, 2023. But I am still using, or were still using, money from previous employment as paychecks that came in January. So I've been living off of those for the last couple of months. So March, I've targeted as my official retirement Blastoff. And so I'm going to go down where I am at the moment, and we'll provide an update on where we are on the countdown. And then I'm going to actually break down my numbers. I thought I'd dress like a finance guy, right? Break down my numbers on where I am getting my money from, what accounts, etc., and where that money is going when it comes in. So it does a quick flow through this family anyway. So first off, the status. The countdowns. Pension. I've been getting my pension for many years now. I cashed activated that when I turned 55 because at the time, during that time, the company I was working for was a little shaky there. So we went ahead and cashed in that and activated that, and I've been getting that for a number of years. So that my pension gets paid, and it gets paid the last day of every month, 29th, 30th, 31st, whatever that last day is that comes in. I also have annuity. I've had this annuity for a number of years, probably 13 years now. It doesn't pay a whole lot much, but it pays on the 23rd every month. I activated that up the 1st of January, so I've actually gotten 2 payments so far on that. I'm second thinking that I should have rolled that into my IRA, but what's done is done. So I have an annuity. Doesn't pay a whole lot. But it comes out on the 23rd every month. Number 3, Social Security. I have not gotten my first payment from Social Security. I activated that. My first payment is actually March 13th, not this Wednesday coming, but the next Wednesday I'll get paid. I'm filming this on March 4th, a Monday. So just to give you an idea. And then retirement savings. My retirement savings, I took my first withdrawal last Friday, March 1st. That's the date I put on there. I did learn a lesson on that. It's not immediate. So there was a gray area. I wasn't really actually sure what was going to happen when I put this in, but I set up withdrawals, quarterly withdrawals on March 1st, June 1st, September 1st, December 1st. And a certain amount of money, the same amount of money each time. So there's 4 withdrawals coming. And I wasn't sure how this was going to happen. So now I know. When March 1st rolled around, which was last Friday, my company took the money, made the trades on four bonds, I think I have. Made the trades on those and then deposited that money this morning, which was a good surprise because when I first talked to the people on Friday, I said, well, when is this coming? They said, well, we'll make the trades today, and then it's usually 3 to 4 business days. And I'm thinking, wow, that's not till next Thursday. But it arrived in my account this morning, which is Monday, which was 1 business day, actually less than 1 business day, because the trade went through, I think, on Friday afternoon or so. So that was good. I was very happy. So I got my first withdrawal from my IRA. This is from my IRA. So the retirement savings has started. I've got my money there. So that means we are down to, the countdown is down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I am waiting for the Social Security money to deposit next on March 13th. And then we are officially blasted off into retirement space. And I can officially say I am retired. So next in this video, I want to go through where is my money coming from and where is my money going. So I'm going to show some charts. I'm going to pop up some charts here and I'm going to discuss those real quick on where my money is coming from. So here's the chart. This is just for 2024, where our money is coming from. You can see that the biggest portion of the money is coming from my IRA, account. 43% of that is coming. Now, I did have paychecks from my old job in January that we have been living on, so that's 18% of the money we're using came from that. And then I have my pension that comes in regularly. That's 18% of the money. And then when Social Security starts, this is actually 19% for the year, but this doesn't include January and February. So this will go up a little bit for 2025 because I didn't get January and February payment, obviously. But Social Security is for 2024 is 19% of my income. And then I have the annuity, which is really, really, really small, 2%. So that is where our money is coming from. Any questions, class? So now, where is our money going to? So now here's the chart for where our money is going, or our budget. Boom. So for this chart, you can see that most of our expenses are living expenses, and this is for the year, by the way. This isn't monthly. So what I want to do was kind of expand on what these are. Federal taxes, I think that's pretty explanatory. It's 11%, or will be 11% at the end of the year. Roughly, I've paid in, and I think I won't have to pay any taxes. We'll see. Housing is, of course, my mortgage. I do have a mortgage, and people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't go into retirement with a mortgage." It's a 3.2% mortgage, so wasn't a big deal. Not going to pay it off. The house is not going to be what we're going to be retiring in, so we're happy with that. So that's mortgage, and that's actually property taxes too, at 12%. Here in Texas, we don't pay state tax, but we do pay a hell of a lot of property taxes. So it is what it is. Next up is insurance. Insurance consists of car insurance for 2 cars we have, house insurance, of course, and health insurance, which I've covered on where I get my health insurance from the healthcare.gov website. So that's what that 14% is for insurance. Utilities, of course, is gas, water, electric, mobile, internet, your normal things. Subscriptions, that is what I call TV subscriptions: Apple TV, YouTube TV, Hulu, Disney, Paramount. All of those different streaming services are subscription based. So that's where I catalog those here. For loans, which is 7%, I do still have 2 car loans that are going to be paid off. One is paid off in September, and one is paid off in October. So that will go away. Let's see, next, credit cards. I do have credit card debt. Boo. And we're paying that off. It is interest-free credit card debt. Family-related stuff is if my kids need money, I'm actually contributing to a 529 for my grandson. So that's where that 3% is. That's what's in that 3%. The living expenses is what most people would call auto service, gas, clothing, dining out. We really don't dine out a whole lot. We've been on a very low carb, low sugar diet, so we really don't dine out a lot. We cook our meals for the most part. The only dining out we ever do is we might get a salad from McAllister's or something, if you're familiar with the McAllister's Deli. And then there's entertainment, which usually revolves around my grandson. General merchandise, gifts, that's when we give out birthday gifts to the kids or whoever. Groceries, that's probably one of our bigger expenses. Now that we don't eat out a whole lot, we buy a lot of groceries, and of course groceries are a lot more expensive now. And then we have home repair, maintenance improvements, household stuff, personal care like haircuts and things like that, nails done. That all falls under that 25% living. Now you could say that living is is stuff that we could cut back on, obviously. And of course we could cut back on subscriptions if we had to. But I mean, 1%, I'm paying 1% for my internet and to watch Hulu and YouTube TV and Apple TV. You know, that's nothing compared to the bigger things. So that is where all our money is going out. So what I do is I keep all of this in budgets, and my budget is a spreadsheet, and I have templates if you're interested. I used to be really easy because I would get paid every other week in my job, and so my budget was always, weekly budget was Fridays to Thursdays, Friday to Thursdays, Friday to Thursdays. Now I get paid this second Wednesday of the month is the big one with the Social Security payout, and then the next big one would be my pension check on the end of the month. So I track by those 2 dates now, and then I pull the quarterly money into my account, and then I just pull from savings is where I actually put my retirement savings. Pull that out, put it in my local savings, bank savings, and then I can pull as needed from there into my checking to take care of things. So that's how I'm working. That's that's just me. That's not advice to anybody on how they should do theirs. What I also want to share on the screen here, I use the new retirement tool. Before I retired, I got the tool, and I mean, I had my spreadsheets. I worked my spreadsheets before I retired. I saw how much we needed. I determined that we could live till the ripe old age of 85 for me, 90 for my wife, and have the money that we need to do things. And so with my spreadsheets, I was okay. Then I went and got a new retirement subscription, annual subscription. I think I paid $90-something, something like that. And so I do use the new retirement tool as a second opinion. And then my third opinion, before I retired, I have a buddy I work with that always talk about finances. I had him really look at all my numbers, and give his opinion, because he was working at the company I was working at. We were doing government telecommunications, but if he wanted to, he could have started his side business as a financial advisor. That's how much he's into that stuff. So I had him look at my numbers. He thought I looked pretty good, so I felt more confident. I still feel confident. And then for the new retirement tool, I update this monthly. I go in there and I update all the numbers here and there. Some of them you can actually do automatically. It'll log into your account and pull the numbers down. You just come in and look. So I'm going to flash up on the screen here. You can look at things through 3 different views. But anyway, I'm going to throw up some charts here real quick on just to give you an example of new retirement on what you can get. You can look at your views through a optimistic view, which means stock market's kicking butt, everything's hunky-dory, your expenses are good. Or you can look at it as an average view, which is what I use. I use the average view, and it'll give you a percent of success, or a pessimistic view. So first off, here is the optimistic view. And as you can see, it says I have 99% chance of success. And you can see starting on the left there, 2024, all the way up to 2052, which I think is about the date I pass away. We'll see. Around 86, I think, is what I put in the tool. So 80, yeah, it says here, 86 for me, 90 for my wife. And so 99%, you can see that my kids are going to inherit some money here probably. Okay. So that's the optimistic view. Now here is the average view, which I normally use for my numbers. And you can see that it's still 99% optimistic, but you see there's a dive there on the projected savings. It does take a dive down at the bottom there, which means, you know, this is taking a view where the stock market is just average. So that's the average view that I use. So now this last one here is pessimistic view, and this one is really gives you a scare, but you got to look at the numbers. So here's that chart, and you can see here that the chance of success is under 15%, and that's kind of scary. But that's under 15% for me to make it to 86 and my wife to 90, and you can see we would run out of money about 2048. That would mean I would be 80, mid 80s, probably 86, I think. 24 plus 24 is 80. Yeah, I'd be 86 when I run out of money, which is when I run out of life. Basically, my kids wouldn't get any money over. This does not include, I should say, none of these include me selling my house and getting the equity out of that and doing something with that and going and buying another house. So that's the pessimistic view. It's a little scary until you look at the years and see that, oh, okay, well, by then I'll have other plans or something else. So I update New Retirement once a month. It's a good forward-looking tool. It's not a good tracking tool, meaning it doesn't, you can't go in there and say last month it was this and this month. It's more of a forward-looking tool. So that's why I go in and I update my numbers. If they're not updated automatically, like I know my checking and savings, those accounts are updated automatically. It pulls from my actual bank account. But there's some that I haven't been able to set up that I go in and manually do. So, but it is a forward-looking tool. It's a really good forward-looking tool, but not a good tracking-looking tool. So how do I track my stuff? I use spreadsheets. Like I said, I use Quicken for all my comings and goings in the accounts. And that's mainly as how I use a check register lately, with reminders and looking out in advance of when bills are due and if, when I need to move money, etc. For budgeting on a daily or weekly basis, I use a simple spreadsheet. Maybe not so simple, but a simple spreadsheet. As I said before, I'm gone to my budgeting goes from the day I get my Social Security to the day I get my pension, and so I line up all the bills under that pay, I line up the bills all of that pay, and then I fill in the gaps with money from the savings from retirement. And that's how I've been doing this. Anyway, so if you're interested in those templates, they're pretty straightforward. I could put them somewhere if anyone was interested in them, but they're pretty simple to set up. Income, main expenses, and then whatever you spend on personal living. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the Thai. It's a little hot actually right now here in Texas. It's in the 80s. The air conditioning hadn't kicked on yet. So look for a vinyl related video later in the week I'm working on, and come back next Monday for another retirement video. We'll see what we'll talk about then. I hope you enjoyed my numbers. I hope maybe this generates some questions that I can answer, hopefully, in the comments. I'll answer what I can. So this has been Chuck. Retirement Ain't Easy. And thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. Leave a comment. And we'll see you next time. Take care.